Hey guys, Principal of Comic Book University and X-Men Blue issue number 27. All right, so this issue picks up a lot. I'm talking a whole lot. So we get a lot more focused with everybody, all the good guys moving forward to try and stop Emma and Bastion and Mrs. Sinister and Havoc, of course, from perpetrating the Mother Vine disease. Basically, it's like the double-edged sword that Mother Vine is. Now it's cool how it starts off. We get to see some and like this is honestly my favorite part of the book. I was going to talk about this last, but I can't. It's so heavy on my mind. My favorite part of this book was the very beginning, where Magneto and Polaris are having a conversation with each other. This is something where Cullen Bunn shines in, is talking about relations. And he does a whole bunch of good things. The problem is I feel like, again, he does too many comic books. He needs to calm down and not write so much. But at the same time, I get it. You don't get paid for not writing. You get paid for writing. But this was, oh my God, so good. This relationship conversation between between Magneto and Polaris was amazing. I loved this. Like I actually read the whole thing twice. That's how good it was. Just this part of the book. I didn't read the whole book twice. But them sitting down and what was it, shishami, whatever. I don't know what that particular Japanese dish is. That was, wow. I'm really impressed by how good that was written. Such a short part, seems so minuscule, but it's not. Plus, they also reference back, and this is, again, this is my favorite part of Marvel, going back to when I first started reading Marvel back in the early 80s, and then obviously going back and reading all those older issues later on when I was able to get my hands on them. The editor's notes where, oh, Havoc is bad, but I think that, like he's been bad for a while, but it's not his fault. And then they reference down, go and read the Axis event to see why. Yes, thank you, because I get a lot of people asking me, hey, why is Havoc evil? Well, it's because of Axis. What's Axis? Oh, come on, dude. Here, it's like, you know what? Now, with something like that being written at the bottom, I could probably do an Axis spotlight on story and just direct people back to that video. In fact, why don't I? In the meantime, for right now, it's cool seeing the bad guys kind of turning on each other, which is fine because this reminds me of Dragonlance novels, Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, when they used to write how evil will always turn in on itself. Yes, I've always loved that, and seeing evil turning in on itself it's magnificent. To me, that's beautiful, seeing them fighting with each other, the internal squabbles. Nobody really likes each other. Not really. And if you notice the art on here, seeing, oh crap, who's the artist on this? Darn it. The artist on this is Marcus Two. I think it's Two. It might be Toe. I think it's, anyway, Marcus T.O., last name. Marcus did a fantastic job on this. There was a scene where she just gets finished. It looks like she's about to break Miss Sinister's fingers. And it gets stopped. It's like, whoa, whoa, this is not what we're going to do. Not yet. Not now. So they're going to work out their own internal squabbles later. Interesting. Thank you for telling us that, Havoc. In the meantime, when Havoc starts talking, and he says later on, yeah, Magneto should be dead by this point, and I only had to sacrifice a dozen or so mutants to do so. The look on Emma when she kind of turns over and looks, she doesn't say anything. It's not referenced. There's no arrow pointing at her, but you can't help but notice the look that she gives Havoc, like, oh, jeez, Alex, why are you making us do this? Why do you think this is okay? You could see how torn Emma is. And we all know all the crazy stuff that Emma has done throughout her history and her recent history as well. The X-Men versus Inhumans. I don't care if you like that or not. She did those things. So like that happened. And to still see how much this hurts her, you know what I'm saying? Because she has always been about, let's preserve the mutants. So seeing that look on her, dude, Marcus, like, fantastic art right there. That picture alone, that right there should be something in your portfolio that just, wow, I had to take a mental step back. Now, seeing that Magneto is going to be coming back and he's going to probably save the day is probably perfect for here, because we've been seeing Magneto in the background since issue number 1. Seeing him in the background, just nothing. In fact, I think it might have even been since X-Men Prime. But either way, in the background, and we're just like, dude, when is Magneto going to come out and kick some booty? You know what I'm saying? Ever since Psylocke killed him, long story, go back and look at those old issues. But ever since she killed him, like we haven't seen him really cut loose. Not really, not this iteration. So seeing him like in this issue kind of break loose and like, how dare you make me kill mutants? And like, oh, he's weaker now. Let's go after him. Dude, seriously? Wow. Like, this is heartbreaking. It really is. These characters, I think most of them are from the Ultimate Universe. I'm telling you, man, Cullen Bunn has been having so many characters in here that it's a conglomeration. It's kind of like a cluster. But seeing it all whittled down at this point now, I can actually see, and I wasn't able to see it before, but with this issue, I'm able to see all of that crazy storyline like this slowly form into an arrow pointing to the story that's about to be told. Like the worst part of this issue is that the X-Men are still up in space with Venom, which is like, dude, are you kidding me? That storyline's already been resolved. So, and go and see, what was it, Venomized? There's so many of those side issues at this point. Anyway, this was good. This was really good. I'm going to give this comic book an A-. Now, that is a spectacular grade considering that I've been looking at the X-Men Blue title for the past 15, maybe even 20 issues with a lot of trepidation. You know what I'm saying? Even issue 1, I had problems with, I'm remembering the way that Iceman was able to take down Juggernaut. Like, just everything about this book. I loved it, and then I hated it, and then I hated it even more. And it was just a roller coaster of emotions with this book. And I've honestly been like, with apprehension, I pick up the book. You know what I'm saying? And today, I'm glad that I kept on reading this entire time. And I'm hoping, I'm kind of praying that we continue with this really good storyline, because this can turn into something fantastic. This could literally turn into something that's one of those legendary X-Men stories. And I don't know how good that could be because of how convoluted it's been up until now, but it could. It could. Also, the end of this, the what the heck was it? The extermination thing? What was this final story that they're showing here? For crying out loud, let me scroll to the bottom here. Countdown to Extermination. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what that's going to be all about. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book Universe. Oh, and just really quick, the Ed Brisson's writing it. Perfect. And Oscar Bezaldua. Sorry if I butchered your name, brother. But the art is looking pretty good on this. I like it. I like it. Anyway, looking forward to it. All right, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.